Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. While some Nigerians in some quarters are looking at different things like for Igbo presidency come 2023, secession or breaking out or Biafra exit or the Dua exit, as the case may be. Some prominent Nigerians, even from the Igbo extract, have different opinion. In fact, the opinion will shock you to your bone marrow. I do not know if it is spiritually inclined or maybe they are looking at the dimensions, but they're looking at it that if anything must happen, Igbos must not be given presidency and this must not happen. We're going to find out in a moment why he said what he said and who said this and the dimension he's coming from. Before we do so, like you subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. For those of us who have subscribed, God bless you. For those of us who have not, please go ahead, do so. Okay, we're going to start from, it's an interview. We're going to take excerpt from those interviews very quickly. Dr. Michael Okonkwo, the presiding bishop of the Redeemed Evangelical Mission, Trem, is one cleric who rarely dabbles into political matters in the country, but who does not mince words when he chooses to. 2 days ago, he was his usual self when he spoke with selected journalists at the Trem headquarters in Lagos on the state of affairs in the country. He condemned President Muhammadu Buhari's style of governance, especially the manner of his appointment and his handling of the security situation in the country, warning that the situation in Afghanistan was a big lesson for Nigeria. Okonkwo also lambasted the governors of the Southeast for losing confidence of the people, condemned the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB for beating the drums of war in the southeast, and stated why he does not want an Igbo man to succeed Buhari in 2023. He also spoke on the qualities Nigerians must look out for in the people that will present themselves for the number one position before making their choice. The talking point in the country now is the level of insecurity. You are renowned as someone who doesn't mince words. Anytime you hold an opinion, you voice it out. What is your take on the state of the nations right now, vis-a-vis the security challenges bedeviling the country? They asked him in an interview. This is his answer. Well, it is only somebody who is blind or dishonest that will say that he is satisfied with how the country is now. For me, I think the nation is going through a period of gestation. Something new has to be born. We have gone around this mountain long enough and it's not working. To be honest, something is fundamentally wrong in the way we have operated since our independence in 1960. We should be doing better than we are doing now. In fact, at times you feel ashamed to call yourself a Nigerian. Few years ago, we said Ghana must go, but today Ghana is far ahead of us in their national development. Our educational system is run down, security is run down, economy is run down, everything is level to the ground, everyone is on ground zero. So definitely no one will say that he or she is satisfied with the situation in the country. I mean, people are afraid. They cannot travel, you cannot confidently go to your village. The insecurity has gotten to so bad that they can even invade our armory and carry arms and nothing will happen. Then where do you turn to? And the most recent one was the invasion of Nigerian Defense Academy (NDA) in Kaduna by bandits. If these people could walk into NDA and bring down people and escape, then where do we stand? Kaduna happens to be a very stronghold in terms of military presence, and these things are happening there. So there is no more hiding place for people, and we should seriously look into it as a nation. I was watching the Minister of Labor when he was being interviewed in terms of doctors that are leaving the country, and he said it does not mean anything. I was shocked. How many doctors do we have in Nigeria for him to say we had surplus? We have surplus, but we go to hospitals and we'll be looking for doctors. That is also the situation at the health centers. I told myself that this man must have been living in another world and not in Nigeria. We are having brain drain. People are leaving the country, and when they get out of the country, they excel. That shows that Nigerians are resilient, brilliant, and know what they're doing. It is a matter of having a system that works in the country so that the citizens will be able to reap the benefits of what God has endowed Nigeria with. The other day, a woman was crying out over the state of the hostels in the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, where she went to drop her daughter to resume school. I couldn't believe my eyes as she was showing the hostels that students were living in to study. And I asked myself, is this a higher institution of learning and we expect them to turn out to be the best for us? for people to even live in that type of environment is a shock. So there's so much rot everywhere you turn. So the state of our nation is becoming very scary. In fact, at times I ask myself how the people in the National Assembly see themselves. You are supposed to be the National Assembly to pass laws that will be beneficial to the nation. And these things are happening in your eyes, and you go to National Assembly, walk back home and sleep. You don't take drastic actions or decisions that address those issues. Oh man. Then they now asked him, you said Nigeria is going through a gestation period and that something new has to be born before the country can move forward. What is that new thing you are envisaging? He said, if you notice, there is strong agitation that the entire federal system we are operating should be looked into. And from our understanding, it is even in the manifesto of the ruling party. I heard that it is the number one item in their manifesto. Pastor Tunde Bakare, who was part of the drafting of their constitution, said that it is the number one point in their manifesto. Through federalism, restructuring now, the question is, why has it not been done? So there's agitation from every area. Initially, it was the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB. It is not my IPOB alone. No. Oduduwa people and the Niger Delta front are also saying, look, we are tired of this contraption called Nigeria, which it was not the case before. So definitely, when there is such agitation all over, the truth is that people who are trying to either sweep it under their carpet, run away from it, threaten people are wasting their time. We must come to a point where we will look at the country and readdress the present situation we are in, because that is why there's tension everywhere. There's lack of trust everywhere. Nigerians don't trust anything again. They don't even believe in the government any longer. So obviously, this is an indication that there is something that has to give way for another thing to rise, and that is where we are going. I believe that there is need to give birth to what will be beneficial to the entire land, so that every region will develop at their own pace. I mean, we can't continue with this type of mediocrity. What we have on ground now, to put in native parlance, is like you are beating me up and said I shouldn't cry. It's not possible. If you beat me up, I must shed tears. Then I asked him, what are these beatings that give rise to these agitations? He answered, let me give you one example. People are complaining of insecurity. If you are complaining of insecurity and the insecurity apparatus in the hands of a group of people, the only way I can convince you that I'm sincere and serious about what I'm doing is to balance it, standardize it, get people from different parts of the nation to handle different areas, so that there will be no suspicion. Currently, there is suspicion. Now, no matter what the president says, people will not believe it until there's the decentralization of the security apparatus. People are saying that the insecurity in the country is now virtually across the whole nation, and you're saying that there is no agenda, that the North has to take over the country. How do I believe you? Like they say, it's you people that have the knife, and it's you people that have the yam. Whomever you give, he takes. So why are you not delivering? The natural thing for anyone to do is to take it from them and share it. You can say, look, I don't have any agenda. You from Niger Delta, you are in charge of this. You from Kwara, you are in charge of this. You from Kogi, you are in charge of this. You distribute it I take that again. You distribute it so the security apparatus is spread across the whole country. That way, if it's no more working, you are not calling one group or of people. So this point at the moment is we should get it done well. In as much as I am the type that does not play ethnic politics, just look at the agitation that is going on in the East. The Militiala will come out and take ownership of certain things like the misbehavior and violence in some areas, and nothing is done. Then the IPOB carry their flags without arms, and you will go after them and mow them down. What do you want people to say? Do you want them to say that everything is fine? It can never be. So these are the issues that people are agitating for and crying out. To the best of my knowledge, the Easterners are not asking for anything other than live and let's live. They are not saying give us everything. For me, to be honest with you, I'm not in agreement with any Easterner saying it's time for us to be president. So you should beg to be president. If it's going to be a case of making you president so that you can be appeased, that's stupidity. I don't want that. You're a Nigerian, you have equal right to everything that every other person who is in Nigeria has. So it's not a matter of being appeased. In fact, I don't even want any Easterner under this situation to be president, because he will fail. Do you know why? The present system can never allow you to succeed. That is why we have to look at the system first. The other day, somebody was boasting that they have the largest number and therefore they are the ones that will determine who rules the country or not. That type of audacity is that? What kind of audacity is that? What type of audacity will make you say that you are going to be lording it over the entire nation? It is unacceptable. So what are your thoughts? They now asked him, what are your thoughts on the situation in the southeast, where there seem to be two governing authorities, the state government on one side and IPOB on the other side, as evidenced in the recent sit-at-home ordered by the IPOB, which was observed by the resident despite a counter directive by the state governors. He answered, let me first say that the reason most people sat at home is not that they necessarily want to obey the IPOB. It is simply because they are afraid of as IPOB will threaten them. They will tell you that if you do this, they will bring you down or burn down your home. Who wants to be a scapegoat? So I would rather stay away and I don't want that trouble. The other day, they sat at home. I saw someone who was cooking in front of his house. Even though the streets were empty, they came and poured away what he was cooking. There were people who had their drinks on their corridors and they broke all of them. When you do that type of thing, what do you want? What do I want to come out to do? Does that mean that I am respecting your orders? No. It means it is the threat to life that makes people to obey them. And that is what I have been saying. Much as I know that the state government have not played the way they should play, they are supposed to be the voice of the people and stand and address issues that have to do with them. The Easterners have lost confidence in their governors, and that is why they're looking for a new voice that will lead them.